close to record, and now they're starting to recede a little bit. As for the river forecast, so the Amite River at Denham Springs currently is near 25 feet, expected to crest around 3 feet. Amite River at Bayou Manchac currently at 7 feet, at least as of this morning's observation, but expected to reach moderate flood stage as we head through the next several days. But keep in mind, this is as of this morning. We could see some additional issues. We'll have to see where the heaviest of rain will set up, because those numbers could certainly go up. So be ready to put your severe weather safety plan into motion. That's for flooding, flash flooding. So again, water could come up quickly, so be ready to put that safety plan into place. So flash flood watch remains in effect for the entire area until noon tomorrow, but it may get extended into Thursday because we're expecting more rain on Thursday, especially for our western portions of the viewing area. Rain totals possibly 4 to 6 inches of rain with locally higher amounts. So again, just like we saw last night, some spots saw over 12 inches of rainfall. That's what I mean by locally higher amounts. So average widespread totals 4 to 6 easily pick up again an additional 6 to 12 inches of rain. Hopefully that is not going to be widespread amounts, but as of right now it looks to be 4 to 6 inches with locally higher amounts. So the HRRR model has this cluster of showers and storms slowly moving to the east and northeast, lifting to the northeast by 10 o'clock. That would mean that we could see a break in the rain before more storms start to develop. And you see how slow moving these storms are? I really, really hope that they don't set up where we've already seen over 12 inches of rain, because that could lead to some additional serious issues. So again, this isn't saying it is going to set up over Ascension Parish, EBR Parish, and Iberville Parish where we've had flooding issues, but it just shows you that we are expecting redevelopment this afternoon, and these storms could develop anywhere. They could be north of Baton Rouge, south of Baton Rouge, but either way we're going to have to watch very carefully because these will be slow moving thunderstorms. Here's 5 o'clock showing you a lull in activity, and then we'll likely see some showers overnight and then into tomorrow before our coverage picks back up. Wednesday, 80% chance for rain. Thursday, 70%, only scattered showers and storms. Friday and then into the weekend, we dry out finally, but the temperatures are going to quickly climb into the upper 80s to around 90. Let's get a quick check on the traffic, showing you again what the interstate looks like. I-10 is shut down between Highland and Seguin because of flooding, and you can see traffic's at a standstill as folks try to get off of the interstate at Highland and take airline. So expect some major delays wherever you're headed. Again, I would stay home if you absolutely can, because again, we're seeing issues. Water rescues are continuing, and again, we'll continue to follow this and keep you posted. You can find a full list of closures on our website, brproud.com. Your traffic is sponsored by Peyton Murphy at the Murphy Law Firm. Jonah?
Thank you, Ashley. Governor John Bel Edwards has declared a state of emergency as strong storms continue to dump heavy rain across most of the state. Here's a look at the flooding in Lake Charles. Some places saw more than a foot of rain in just a few hours. Closer to home in Ascension Parish, some places saw more than 6 inches of rain. Most of our viewing area is still under a flash flood watch that will stay in place throughout at least noon Wednesday. Of course, Ashley will have an in-depth look at your forecast and the current conditions coming up. Well, to our west, Lafayette took on similar flooding. The severe storms created pools of water, essentially little lakes on the roadways across Lafayette, leaving drivers with nowhere to turn to. In some areas, the flood waters touching the knees of those stranded in the water, folks saying they just wanted to get home.
I don't know what's going on. What is a monsoon? Where we at? Hawaii?
I'm scared to pass in the water. I don't want my car to get stuck. I seen another car got stuck and I just immediately just froze. And I was quick thinking, I said, let me turn into a parking lot because I'm too far away from home.
Some of these flood waters have gone down, but many parts of our state are still facing flash flooding. As the threat of severe weather continues today, we'll have a check on your forecast with meteorologist Ashley Ruiz.
6:22, and we have some good news. Acadian right under the tracks. You see that right there? Back open. This scene was completely different just earlier this morning, late last night, completely inundated with water, but now it is back open. So at least we're seeing some progress. Again, this is at Acadian, but keep in mind, I-10 is still shut down between Highland and Seagan. You will be forced off the interstate if you are headed westbound. You can see that stretch of interstate there. Your best bet at this point is to take Airline, but expect some major delays if you have to be on the road. We still have numerous road closures. You can find a full list on our website, brproud.com. Your traffic is sponsored by Peyton Murphy at the Murphy Law Firm. So again, still dealing with rain, but at least it is starting to lighten up a little bit. We still have ongoing flash flood warnings in effect. Those will continue until 7 a.m. May even see some extensions, possibly. We'll see what the National Weather Service says. But for Iberville and Ascension Parish, flash flood warning continues until 9 a.m. These areas have been inundated by, again, several inches of rain, 6 to 12 inches of rain just within the last 12 hours. Some spots picked up 14, 15 inches of rainfall and counting. So hopefully some of these storms do not train over these areas, because it's not going to take much to see some additional problems later today, because we're not done with the rain, although we will see these showers start to move to the east and east-northeast, hopefully within the next several hours, like the models are hinting at. But either way, any storm that develops today and just parks itself over the area could lead to some additional problems. We could see rainfall rates 1 to 2 inches per hour. So again, hopefully we don't see any of these training storms, but already starting to see some storms developing just west of Iberville Parish and east of Lafayette. So showing you light to moderate rainfall and some of the river observations. This is as of 5 a.m., so we'll get more updates as time goes on. But Bayou Fountain about 15 feet, and then Grand Goudin, that is over 11 feet. Record is about 11 and a half feet. So we'll continue to monitor these river levels and let you know what updates we get. Amite River at Bayou Manchac currently at 7 feet, expected to enter moderate flood stage later in the week. So we'll continue to, again, monitor the river levels, keep you posted, keep you updated on the traffic. We'll be right back.
In your Health Minute this morning, new research shows that a text messaging program could help young people quit vaping. The intervention called This Is Quitting Sense uses custom text with encouraging messages or coping strategies. The study included 2,500 teens and young adults who were either enrolled in the program or only got monthly assessments. It showed 24% of those who received the text had quit within 7 months compared to 18% of the assessment group.
It is 6:28, and if you don't have to be on the roads, please stay home. We still have high water around the area and the rain is still falling, although it is lighter, so at least it's giving some of our drainage a small break. You can see light to moderate rain falling in EBR Parish, and then Iberville Parish starting to see some heavier pockets as this kind of pinwheels a little bit off to the northeast. Flash flood warnings are in effect until 7 a.m. and then Iberville Parish until 9 a.m. Same for Ascension Parish. So be sure if again, you don't have to be on the roads, just stay home if you can, because we have flash flood watch in effect until tomorrow. So we're expecting more rounds of heavy rain off and on, at least today, tomorrow, and into portions of our Thursday. We'll have more updates for you coming up after the break.
Live and Baton Rouge proud, you're watching NBC Local 33 News today. Local, experienced, trusted. NBC Local 33 News today.
Good Tuesday morning, and thank you for waking up with us here on Local 33 today. I'm Jonah Gilmore. We have meteorologist Ashley Ruiz standing by. The weather conditions were awful overnight into this morning. Ashley, what are we looking at right now?
heaviest of rain is moving to the east of our area, so we're still not completely dry, although areas northwest of Baton Rouge drying out. But we have that ongoing flash flood warning in effect for Iberville Parish and Ascension Parish until 9 a.m., so that was extended for 9 a.m. Now, East Baton Rouge Parish and Livingston Parish, that will go until 7 a.m. We'll have to see if the National Weather Service does go ahead and extend this as well. So we have ongoing flash flooding, and that is going to lead to a very, very rough commute if you have to go to work. If you don't, just stay home, because again, we've seen between 6 and 12 inches of rainfall for the areas you see shaded in fuchsia. Now, this is just over the last 12 hours. Some spots have seen up to around 15 inches of rain, and so that is why we have high water. We have swollen bayous and streams, and that's why we are kind of seeing some backwater flooding going on as well. So we're really going to have to watch for that and watch the river levels. We've seen some of our local rivers at the Amite River just come above record level, but thankfully they are starting to subside just a little bit. But you can see again live view from our Viper radar, light to moderate rain falling over Baton Rouge, but some more pockets of moderate to heavy rain falling in far eastern Iberville Parish, portions of Assumption Parish, and again, these are going to move to the northeast over the next several hours. Hopefully we can get a break in the rain before more storms start to fire up, but I would not completely bank on that and plan for that. Just again, if you haven't lost power, you haven't seen any flood waters, just keep in mind others are dealing with that right now. So again, we're going to have to watch the ongoing storms, see how they develop and how they kind of progress over the area over the next few hours. But keep in mind, we have the potential to see additional flash flooding today and then into tomorrow, possibly into Thursday as well. So that's why we have this flash flood watch in effect until at least tomorrow, but this could get extended into our Thursday. We could see an additional 4 to 6 inches of rainfall with locally higher amounts. Now, what I mean by locally higher amounts, some spots could easily pick up 12 inches, 13, 14 inches of rainfall, just like what we saw last night. So again, if you do not have to be on the roads, just stay at home, because it does not take much to see some issues. Keep in mind, I know now that the sun is up, it will be a little easier to see, but you just don't know how deep this water could actually be. So be sure you turn around, don't drown. 12 inches of water can easily sweep away a car, and so you do not want to have issues out there again. So stay off the roads if you can. So taking you through the future track, this is the HRRR model. Keep in mind the models have not handled this situation well at all, and that's been the case over the next few days. But it is showing through about 8 o'clock or so some of the heaviest rain moving back to the northeast, and it is showing again some light to moderate rain through at least midday before more storms fire up this afternoon, evening. So again, please stay weather aware. Go ahead, charge those devices. If you have power, go ahead, download the free BR Proud app so you can get some push notifications directly sent to your phone. And I'm going to post all this on our website as well. That's brproud.com. Jonah?
Thank you, Ashley. And now taking a look at the Entergy power outage map. Over 23,000 people are waking up in the dark across the state, including over 15,000 in East Baton Rouge Parish. Officials are urging everyone to stay off the roads at this time as the storms move through the state. And some Baton Rouge area schools are closing today due to last night's severe weather. East Baton Rouge, the Dunham School, and Iberville Parish Schools and Ascension Parish have announced they are closing their doors today. School officials say they expected to resume classes tomorrow. And later today, we expect to hear from Governor John Bel Edwards about the flash flooding and continued threat to Louisiana for much of the rest of the week. That news conference is scheduled for this afternoon at 3:30. You can stream that on the free BR Proud app. Now, the city parish is expected to call a press conference later this morning, but we do have some preliminary information. As of early this morning, the Baton Rouge Fire Department has responded to nearly 100 calls for high water. That's according to a spokesman for the mayor's office. He says some of those were for rescues, but Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome tells us that thankfully there have been no reported deaths in East Baton Rouge Parish from this storm. We talked to her about this latest event.
We've seen an exorbitant amount of rain showers, more powerful rain showers more frequently. The truth is, there's not a drainage system that can handle this amount of rain in this period of time. Many pockets of the parish have received anywhere from 10 to 12 inches of rain.
Mayor Broom does encourage everyone to stay off the roads as much as possible, especially with school being canceled today. Perkins Road is also seeing some major flooding. Take a look at this video. You can see waters are about ankle deep inside of homes. This is that picture that the resident sent us last night. It's the second time this area has been flooding like this, dating back to the 2016 flood. Neighbors had to be rescued from their homes, and after speaking with one resident, she says she's frustrated with the drainage system.
Hopeful for better drainage. I hope that my neighbors more so than me, because I'm young and can redo the work, do my house myself. But for my elderly neighbors who've been in this neighborhood for decades, I hope that they never have to deal with this again. I hope to never see them trying to wade through the water to escape their homes in the middle of the night ever again.
And more rain is expected in the forecast today. Now, take a look at this video. This was the scene at about 2 this morning at the corner of Blue Bonnet and the Mall of Louisiana. As you can see, water is up to the overpass. You can even see a car stuck on the side of the road. Officials are warning folks to not drive in high flood waters and to turn around. Don't drown. Still to come, Baton Rouge Police giving an update on the narcotics investigation. The new charge has been brought forward against one of the former officers.
Let's get another check on the traffic. Keep in mind, I-10 is still shut down at Highland and Seagan. You can see police are still on scene and traffic is being forced off of the interstate. You can see the police are currently blocking the interstate, and folks are forced off the interstate at Highland. So at this rate, your best bet is to take airline. Expect delays on airline as well. Still dealing with high water on the interstate. Your traffic is sponsored by Peyton Murphy at the Murphy Law Firm. We'll be right back. What Jonah need y'all? You can talk, Jonah.
Oh, I was trying to see what producer was in the booth. Cam, do we want to go ahead and give that breaking news? I mean, we can attribute it to the West Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office. That person that sent me that's the spokesperson with the West Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office, Zach Simmers. No. He said we have to get a comment from state police. He confirmed it. So he confirmed, he said yes, but it's a state police case. You'll have to get your comment from them. So he confirmed that a body was found, but it's just that state police is handling the case. Along LA 415. Okay.
Hey there friends, 6:42 and here's an update on the weather. We have again flash flood warnings in effect and your phone might be going off right now with the wheel alert. The National Weather Service is extending the flash flood warning for Ascension, EBR, Iberville and Livingston Parish until 10 a.m. now. So it will update on the screen shortly. But either way, we could see additional 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 inches of rainfall for some spots. Again, we have ongoing flash flooding. The National Weather Service is saying emergency management reported thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 5 and 10 inches of rain have fallen and flash flooding is already occurring. So there's a flash flood emergency for southeast Baton Rouge. And so we could see again several more inches of rainfall within the next few hours until this is allowed to expire. So please stay off the roads. If you can, stay home. If you can't, please avoid all flooded areas. And we have a lot of flooding issues out there. Seeing new reports flooding on Nicholson on Highland Road east of Jean Lafitte Avenue, and then flooding EBR on Bluebonnet. That's at Highland Road as well. And another one, again, the big one, I-10 between Highland and Seagan. You can see traffic is backing up and folks have to get off of the interstate at Highland and you'll have to take airline. That may be your best bet at this point. Highland to Seagan, currently shut down on I-10. Your traffic is sponsored by Peyton Murphy at the Murphy Law Firm.
And we're following breaking news this morning. The West Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office confirms a body has been found in a car that was submerged. We're told the car was found along LA 14. The West Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office says state police is investigating that case. And we'll get back to other news, weather coverage. In developing news, a former Baton Rouge Police Department narcotics officer is now being charged with a third crime. Now, according to BRPV, this is part of their investigation into the corruption claims inside the narcotics division. Former officer Jason Decree is now facing his third arrest, this time for lying in police reports and falsifying public records. This months-long investigation has already led to several arrests and reassignments. Accusations include officers planting drugs on suspects, illegally stopping black people without probable cause, and using prostitutes to set up drug dealers. Two of the officers, Jason Decree and Jeremiah Ardwin, resigned from the department.
To be clear, we led the investigation that resulted in the arrests. We, the Baton Rouge Police Department, have worked and are still working to find anyone who is involved in the violation of the public's trust and the policies and procedures of the police department.
The department is also auditing the narcotics division. We're told it could take months to complete. Coming up, we'll get another check on your forecast as well as tips from the Baton Rouge Fire Department on how you can navigate through the severe weather. More details coming up.
It is 6:48, and keep in mind flash flood warnings are in effect for East Baton Rouge Parish, Livingston Parish, Ascension Parish, and Iberville Parish. That flash flood warning was extended until 10 a.m. this morning. We could easily see an additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, perhaps even more for some spots. Till then, we should see rain taper a little bit, and so that would lead to some dry time for some of these the high water to recede. But until then, we're dealing with issues. Please stay home and off the roads if you absolutely can. We will hold high rain chances today, tomorrow, and Thursday, but later in the week our rain chances will start to go down rapidly. I'll give you all the details coming up. Jonah?
Thank you, Ashley, and we do have some safety tips for you. We're going to get some safety tips to you. You know, we want to let you know, do not drive unless you must. Do not drive distracted. And turn around, do not drive through water. You know, be aware of wind gusts when you're taking these trips along these roadways that are impassable. Never use cruise control when visibility is low or the road is wet. Plan for more travel time and leave extra room between vehicles. Always use headlights when windshield wipes are on. It's a law. And never move any road closed signs.
You know, don't drive through any standing water, especially moving water. It only takes a few inches and it can push your vehicle off the roadway. And really, if you don't need to leave your home, don't.
Officials say this rain event is not as bad as the 2016 rain event, but it's encouraging folks to stay safe and stay off the roads.
Coming up after the break, we'll get a final check on your forecast and on the traffic. We have numerous road closures. If we actually can take the Waze, I can show you a preview, just showing you all that red on the map. Those are road closures, and then reports from Wazers showing some flooding. I'll give you all the details coming up.
Now, your weather forecast with meteorologist Ashley Ruiz.
6:52, and we're still tracking a lot of rain across the area. The good news is most of the rain that is falling is light to moderate, but we are seeing some pockets of heavy rainfall developing in Assumption Parish. Keep in mind, flash flood warnings continue until 10 a.m. now. We could easily see a few more inches of rainfall until this flash flood warning is allowed to expire. And these areas have already seen 6 to 12 plus inches of rainfall just within the last 12 12 hours. So ongoing flash flooding will be a good possibility for the next several hours. Unfortunately, flash flood warnings you can see highlighted in the green. We have flash flood emergencies in southeast Baton Rouge. We have ongoing water rescues right now. That's just near Segan, the apartment complex there. We're getting reports about that and just numerous road closures at this time. So if you do not have to be on the roads, please stay at home. Let emergency officials tend to those who need it. And again, hopefully some of these waters will start to recede, especially later in the day when we start to get some dry time. But until then, we have that moderate risk for excessive rainfall today. So the Weather Prediction Center issues these products, just kind of similar to the severe weather outlooks. You guys know from 1 to 5, but this scale goes from 1 to 4, and this is a moderate risk is a level 3 out of 4 for excessive rainfall, which means flash flooding is likely, especially for these areas in Iberville and then EBR Parish, portions of Livingston and Ascension Parish, where we've already seen, again, 6 to 12 plus inches of rainfall within the last 12 hours. Here's a live view of our Viper radar. You can kind of see a band of heavy rain starting to develop in portions of Iberville Parish and then portions of Ascension Parish, Assumption Parish, just near Morgan City as well. And this is all moving to the east-northeast. It's kind of pinwheeling a little bit, and you'll see on the future track in a minute, but we're not going to be done with the rain, at least for the next few hours, although areas northwest of Baton Rouge, you're drying out. But again, keep in mind that flash flood watch will continue as well. River observations as of 5 a.m. at the Amite River Basin. So Ward Creek around 24 feet, Westminster over 25 feet, Bayou Fountain over 15 feet. A lot of these areas have reached record levels, thankfully starting to go down, but again, not going to take much to see these water rises. Once again, backwater flooding could be an issue. As for the river forecast, here's the Comite River at near Comite Jor Road, 21 feet currently as of 5 a.m. Forecast crest near 25 feet. Amite River at Bayou Manchac is expected to reach moderate flood stage later in the week, over 12 feet. So again, these numbers could certainly change between now and then. Flash flood watch continues at least until tomorrow. We could see an additional 4 to 6 inches of rain with locally higher amounts. The latest HRRR model, again, showing you kind of that pinwheel motion, showing very slow moving storms. Hopefully some of these will move to the east to give us a break before we could possibly see some redevelopment this afternoon and possibly evening. But you see how slowly those storms will move, which again could lead to some issues. So be sure you stay up to date with us on air and online and download the free BR Proud app, because again, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, we could see again rounds of heavy rain. Thankfully, we start to dry out and clear out as we start to head toward the weekend. Jonah?
Thank you, Ashley. Now it's time for your morning headlines. 3 things to know before you go. Some Baton Rouge area schools are closing today due to the last night's severe weather. East Baton Rouge, the Dunham School, and Episcopal Iberville Parish Schools and Ascension Parish have announced they're closing their doors today. School officials say they expect to resume classes tomorrow. And later today, we expect to hear from Governor John Bel Edwards about the flash flooding and continued threat to Louisiana for much of the rest of this week. That news conference is scheduled for this afternoon at 3:30. You can stream that on the free Be Our Proud app. And East Baton Rouge Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome is also expected to hold the press conference this morning to discuss the latest weather updates. That press conference is set to start at 10 this morning. We'll be streaming that as well on our free Be Our Proud app. Well, thank you for joining us on NBC Local 33 News. Join us again on Fox 44's first edition from 7:30 to 9 for all of the latest news. On today's show, we continue our weather coverage, and we'll continue to bring you the latest updates. Fox 44 first edition starts at 7:30 over on WGMB.
Are we doing news cut-ins too, or just weather?
Oh, we have to do that? Oh yeah, today's show, huh? I can go ask them.
Okay.
Did they say anything?
Huh?
Did they say anything?
I guess just weather. Are we doing traffic? Okay. So this one's going to be 30. Okay. Can you flip it out or switch it? Thank you. Good Tuesday morning, friends. I'm meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. We have flash flood warnings in effect for East Baton Rouge Parish, Ascension Parish, and Livingston Parish, Iberville Parish until 10 a.m. Could see an additional several inches of rainfall. And not just that, we have a flash flood watch in effect until at least tomorrow. We could see an additional 4 to 6 inches of rain between now and then. And again, expect rain at least to linger for most of the morning, possibly into the afternoon. Okay. I know, I haven't been able to update anything. Good Tuesday morning, friends. I'm meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. If you absolutely can, please stay off the roadways. We're seeing ongoing flash flooding in southern Baton Rouge, East Baton Rouge Parish, Ascension Parish, Iberville Parish, Livingston Parish all sit under a flash flood warning until 10 a.m. The rest of the area under flash flood watch at least until tomorrow. Could pick up an additional 4 to 6 inches of rainfall between now and then with locally higher amounts. So taking you through the future track, showing you again rain finally starting to taper, possibly pushing to the east later in the morning, but until then we could see some heavy rain, which could lead to some additional problems. Not just that, we could see some redevelopment into the afternoon, and rain chances will remain high into our Wednesday and into our Thursday, but there should be some dry time in the meantime. But then Friday into the weekend, we're looking drier with highs in the upper 80s.